Summer transfers in football are a critical season when teams carefully recruit new players, unload underperforming ones, and enhance their squads. Today, we'll look at the best summer transfers of all time. So buckle up and let's dive right into it. Number 1. Alfredo Di Stefano to Real Madrid. No high-profile transfer transaction in history has had as much controversy surrounding it as Alfredo Di Stefano's, the man who heightened the rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona in the 1950s and made the El Clasico what it is today. Di Stefano scored 307 goals in 396 games for the Blanco, who immortalized him in the Spanish capital by winning 8 league crowns, 5 European Cups, and 1 Copa del Rey. He played for Real Madrid for 11 years before joining Espanyol and retired in 1966. 2. Kenny Dalglish to Liverpool. In 1977, Liverpool set the British transfer record when they paid £440,000 to get Kenny Dalglish from Celtic. Dalglish soon justified his price tag, scoring 31 goals in his debut season at Merseyside and also scoring the winning goal in the European Cup final that season. Dalglish was so essential to Liverpool that he missed his first league match in his 4th season. The former Celtic man and his teammates were unstoppable as they led Liverpool to European prominence by dominating top-flight football during the 1980s. 3. Eric Cantona to Manchester United. Cantona joined United from arch-rivals Leeds United in 1992 for £1.2 million. The Red Devils were desperate for a player who could both score and create, and Eric Cantona was the perfect match. He scored frequently and generated equally well. Cantona played 5 years with Manchester United, where he won 4 Premier League championships and 2 FA Cups. Eric Cantona is a Premier League great, and it was his incredible natural skill and arrogance that propelled him to such heights at Old Trafford. 4. Johan Cruyff to Barcelona. After winning 8 Dutch league titles and 3 European Cups with Ajax, Johan Cruyff was already the finest player in the world when he moved to Barcelona in 1973 for $2 million. Cruyff quickly won over the Barcelona supporters and went on to become one of the most important characters in the club's and football's history. Cruyff, regarded as one of the persons who revolutionized the way football was played, is credited with transforming the Barcelona academy La Masia into what it is today. Cruyff spent 5 seasons with Barcelona, where he won 1 league championship and 1 Copa del Rey. Cruyff's tight association with Barcelona led to his return to the Camp Nou as manager in 1988, where he won 4 La Liga championships, 1 Copa del Rey, and guided them to their first European Cup win in 1992. 5. Diego Maradona to Napoli. Because of his performances for the Argentine national team, Diego Maradona was already regarded as one of the greatest footballers of all time. After a contentious period at Barcelona, Maradona needed Napoli just as much as they needed him. He joined Napoli from Barcelona for a then-record fee of £6.9 million and guided them to their most dominant period in the Italian top division. With Maradona as their primary man, the Partenope won their first Serie A title and the Coppa Italia in 1987. In 1990, they won it again. Maradona's influence was so profound that Naples still honors him as one of its greatest heroes, with murals of him adorning its streets. He has attained godlike reputation in the city, and despite his later years being tainted by drug and sex scandals, he remains one of the most respected players to have ever worn the blue uniform for Napoli. 6. Thierry Henry to Arsenal. Thierry Henry's acquisition, as one of the modern-day greats and a real Premier League icon, is regarded as one of the finest things that Arsene Wenger has done since taking over as manager of the Gunners. Arsene Wenger was able to obtain the French striker's services from AS Monaco for £11 million, and Henry led Arsenal to their best years since the turn of the millennium. After initially stumbling, Henry scored 26 goals in all competitions in his debut season in England. In 2002, he won the English Premier League and the FA Cup, as well as the PFA Player of the Year award, and finished second in the FIFA Player of the Year award. Henry was also a key piece in the renowned Invincibles team, and by the time he went on to Barcelona, he had won 2 Premier League championships and 3 FA Cups, transforming Arsenal into one of Europe's best sides. 7. Marco van Basten to AC Milan. Adriano Galliani paid €600,000 to sign Marco van Basten from Ajax, and it was his finest financial decision. The signing of the Dutch triumvirate of Frank Rijkaard, Ruud Gullit, and Marco van Basten propelled the Rossoneri into the 20th century. Van Basten made history at Ajax, and his incredible goal-scoring record is only the backdrop for his talent on the football pitch. Van Basten won the Ballon d'Or 3 times, in 1988, 1989, and 1992. At AC Milan, he won 4 Serie A championships and 2 European Cups, scoring 90 goals in 147 appearances. However, because of how his career ended, he is regarded at AC Milan as a sad hero. In 1993, he sustained a serious ankle injury that compelled him to retire in 1995. His final match for AC Milan was a UEFA Champions League final defeat to Marseille. Despite the tragic conclusion, AC Milan supporters regard him as one of the finest players to ever wear the red and black. 8. Michel Platini to Juventus. Michel Platini, one of the greatest midfielders of all time, had a disappointing first season at Juventus, considering quitting in the winter after being harassed by the demanding Italian media. Platini and teammate Boniek successfully campaigned for reform, and Juventus reached the European Cup final and won the Italian Cup that season. There was no stopping the Frenchman after that. In his 5 years in Turin, he was the top scorer in Serie A for 3 consecutive seasons, winning 2 league crowns, 1 European Cup, 1 Intercontinental Cup, 1 European Super Cup, and 1 European Cup Winners' Cup. Topping it all off, he won the Ballon d'Or in 1983, 1984, and 1985. Juventus had purchased him from Saint-Étienne for €129,000, and his signing will be remembered as some of the greatest business that the Bianconeri have ever done. 9. Frank Lampard to Chelsea. Frank Lampard, widely considered as one of the greatest Chelsea players of all time and one of the finest midfielders of his generation, is the best £11 million that the Blues have ever spent and will ever spend. Frank Lampard played 648 games for Chelsea in all competitions and scored 210 goals from midfield during his 13-year tenure in West London. Lampard was a key member of the team when Jose Mourinho arrived and converted Chelsea into world beaters in the first decade of the 21st century. With Chelsea, he won 4 FA Cups, 3 Premier League crowns, and 1 UEFA Champions League trophy. 10. Sergio Aguero to Manchester City. Sergio Aguero may have recorded the finest moment in Manchester City history when he scored a last-minute winner to give the club the Premier League title on goal difference in 2011-12. He did it in his first season after signing for £35 million from Atletico Madrid. The citizens have been failing to find a strong striker despite having paid much in past years and acquired the services of a number of high-quality players. Aguero has gone on to become one of their finest players and their all-time leading goal scorer. He is still going strong at the age of 32 and is one of the most devastating finishers in the game. He has 4 Premier League crowns, 1 FA Cup, and 5 League Cups with Manchester City. And despite the fact that the club has added a slew of outstanding players over the last decade, Aguero is perhaps their finest. Which transfer had the most of an influence on you? Do you agree with our list, or do you have any other particular favorites? Let us know in the comments below and hit the subscribe button to get updated on more videos like this. Thank you for watching.